Listen, one thing I don't like doing is ever using excuses for refereeing decisions. There's always areas in which we can do better and moments within the game. I don't blame the referee at all. I think he's someone that gets one chance to see it. It happens that quick. Sometimes you can tell by the players' reaction round about that something's happened, and I think that was why VAR's been brought in. It's been brought in to help the referees, to assist them, to make sure that they get the opportunity to put something right. And I would probably ask the question why he wasn't asked to go and see the screen, because I think his hand is away from his body, it is high. Yes, he's very close, but if it doesn't hit his hand, it goes in the goal. And I think that's a pretty fair assessment of what happens. I'm not saying it's deliberate, I'm not saying anything like that at all, but I think he deserves opportunity, or at least need to be explained why it wasn't a penalty. That's probably what I'd need to find out, why it wasn't given.
And would you seek out the people concerned, the VAR people, or indeed Willie Collum, to say, listen, you're explaining it to us regularly, explain this one to me?
Yeah, I think, listen, Willie's been very open, and I think he's always approachable in these things. I think they always stand up and take responsibility for things, so I don't think I need to, be picking up the phone, and I can't affect something that's happened. You know what I mean? We probably need to learn or understand why it wasn't. That's probably the way I would look at it, rather than demanding an outcome. I don't think it's a case of that at all. I think the VAR's been brought in to try and help the referees, and I think on this occasion, this is my opinion, I don't think it helped. That was that situation in the last second. It's also the timing in it as well, isn't it? Because it's the last kick of the ball. That's what makes it a massive decision. Does that play on the mind? I don't know. I need to know all the answers there probably. So that was a decision, and then I also would like to understand why the goal was a goal. I think I don't think the player's offside who scores the goal, not at all. But I think there is a player offside, might be a younger who's offside. Definitely, in my opinion, interferes with Jack Iredale, who's marking the guy that scores the goal. Now, he is wrong side. Would he get there? VAR doesn't know that. Referee doesn't know that. Doesn't get the chance to see it. So I'd like again to understand why it wasn't offside. Now, there might be a perfectly logical reason why it wasn't. I would just like to know why.
There's seemingly a feel-good factor around the club at the moment. So how do you view that point, bearing in mind the miles you guys have put in?
This is it. I've just spoke to the players just now. So the biggest thing for me today, everything's going to be talking about the two decisions today, or the decision at the end, and I don't want it to be about that, because when you look at, it's very hard for me to be critical of the players at all as well, because of what they've given over the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it is, including pre-season. It's been an incredible effort, even today, having dealt with adversity, going a goal down, whatever that looks like, to then come back again. The character, everybody's stuck together during this period, many highs, many lows along the way, to come so close to experience nearly getting to European group stages for the first time, to then have to bring yourself back to go again today. It's been an incredible effort for them all, and I think now's a wee opportunity to reset, which is good for the freshness point of view. But I've also just reminded them that for us to have nights like that, we need to be, have a real strong domestic season again. And today we created enough clear-cut chances in the first half for that decisions that happen later on in the game not to be a situation. I think if we take our chances, same with the Kilmarnock game, if we put that game to bed, I think for us domestically, that's how we get better. And that's not me being critical of players. I've just said that to them in the dressing room, that for us to keep improving and get better when we're on top like we are in games, we need to be taking the chances. And I think that's been something that's maybe let us down recently, but a lot to be proud of, as I've already said, the effort, and we're in a really good place. The feel-good factor around the club, like you just touched on, is certainly there. A wee chance now to reset. The international boys will go away, which they all enjoy, as long as they come back safely. That's what we're hoping for, and we'll be ready for Dundee United, and then it all starts again.
A little bit more than 24 hours left in the transfer window. How do you expect it to pan out, and how would you like it to pan out?
I expect, as always, whilst it's open, you're always looking to try and add to your squad, or if you feel something can be done to add to the squad, we'll try and do it. We've said already about we've been linked with players, and that'll happen, and speculation. We would like to do something. We'd like to bring in a centre forward if possible, but we've said the whole time as well that isn't dependent on anything other than if we can feel we can get a deal that makes us, puts us in a better position, and it works for everybody involved. And I think that'll go right until the very end, potentially, to see what's available that we think can make the group better, to give us a better chance of being successful.
Lyndon Dykes has been mentioned. Is he type of profile, or that type of profile that you'd want to go for?
I understand why there's always names, there's always speculation. One thing I won't do is get drawn on any individual that's contracted to other clubs. In terms of profile, what we'd be looking for, we've got a sort of Kieran Bowie type physical one. We've obviously got other players like Boyle and Tebow and more speed and running in behind. So we are in the market for another centre forward and what that looks like. And again, it's about bringing in the right type of person as well. It's not always just about the name or potentially what their profile looks like. We need to feel that they're going to add value to what we've currently got, which is a very good group.
Rocky's developing a bit of a knack for scoring important goals.
He is. I think it might have been going in anyway. So I think if it wasn't going, if he was offside, I would have been a bit. Maybe it wouldn't have been his calm sitting here just now with Rocky. But no, he is. He had another chance in the first half, which he's really disappointed with. That's one of the things I spoke about. What I'm referring to now when we talk about our chances. It's a big chance in the first half that he's disappointed with. It doesn't score, and he knows that. But he's stepped up a lot in terms of the goal front. When I think back to all the work me and Rocky have done for years now, trying to get him to head the ball. Not just head the ball, that sounds horrendous. What I mean by that is attacking the ball from set pieces and crosses into the box, and he's done a lot of work on it, and he's starting to get the rewards from it now, and he's becoming a huge threat, and he's got that appetite for it, and it's hard work on the training ground that he does it. It's not a coincidence, it doesn't happen by accident, and we're getting the rewards from that now, and added to that you've got very good delivery within the group as well. So it is a really good recipe that we've got going there, and we've got we've had a lot of success last season from set pieces, and it's something that's a massive part of the game. You look at today, we lose a goal from a set piece. It's a huge part of the game, and he's an asset in both boxes.
Elie Youan in the squad today. Do you expect him to move on before the deadline?
Well, Elie wasn't in the squad. There has been interest in a bid for him at the minute, and with it being so close to the window closing, I felt it was best that whether he moves, whether he doesn't move, needs to be right for everybody involved, clearly. But right at this moment in time, I obviously was concentrating on the ones that were affecting the group directly today with the squad. And if he moves on, I'd wish him all the very best. I've not had an update on that. Clearly with the game, my focus has been purely on the game today. This has only just happened in the last few hours. So if it happens, I'd wish him all the best. If not, and it doesn't work for everybody involved, and he's still a Hibs player, we've still got a fantastic asset and a player that is very much part of the squad, and will continue to be that way if it doesn't happen.